Hey, this could be a special one, you know, man, like K-Trap.
Oh, go on, bro. What's good?
Oh, good, man. Overdue, bro. Overdue.
Definitely. I've been on you, so.
You're not lying, man. Right, so let me scale it back. So, like, you born in South?
Yeah.
So which part of South?
Southeast, Gypsy Hill.
Oh, Gypsy Hill, okay.
Yeah.
And what was that like for you growing up then?
Same old story, really. Like, estate, just out there, just, yeah, it's the same old story, bro. Like, just growing up, group of friends, just, yeah, like, just that same hood story, I'll be real.
When do you realise that that isn't normal life? Because you know when you're in the ends, it's like,
Yeah.
that's all we know. But when did you start to realise that, nah, this is a bit different?
Yeah, obviously now I'm older, like, and I'm away from that. Obviously I don't live there no more, nothing. Like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I used to think was normal, and now, yeah, it's like, whoa, like, I was really doing that. But yeah, like, obviously you got to take yourself away from it to understand that, like, that's not life, you get what I'm trying to say? So yeah, only recent, really.
For real.
Yeah.
So do you feel like music's been able to help you adjust and see the difference?
Yeah, in a sense, like, yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, the position music's put me in, yeah, it's made me see the difference still.
So here's my thing though, like I was saying to you before we started, I was like me, I don't put my face on camera or socials, yeah?
Yeah.
And I remember like there was Honcho, there's you, there was a couple others. And yeah, you decided to take off the mask.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I was like, yo, like, I was like, another one bites the dust, like one of the man that was revealing himself, innit? But what was actually the thinking behind it, like, to actually take off the mask? Like, why do it? Like, everything seemed to be working up until that point.
You know what it is, bro? Like, me wearing the mask, maybe I feel like why people thought I wore the mask, like, that's not why I wore it, innit? So it's like, me taking it off, it wasn't such a big deal until I took it off. I didn't really understand, like, if you know what I mean. Like, so when I was wearing it, I didn't wear it like to be intimidating, or that was my look as a rapper, or it was literally a thing where, like, man's out here, like, I'm rapping, I'm not sure if I want to do music like that, so let me hide my face. I could have hid it with anything. It was just, I ended up wearing a mask, you get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, it got to the point where the circumstances have changed, and, like, I've never really liked wearing a mask, to be honest, you get what I'm trying to say? That's not really me. I feel like the image, and yeah, it's just a bit different. So yeah, it just got to the stage, it's the level up time, innit? Like, I want to take it off, but I didn't really feel like it was such a big, obviously I knew it was a big thing, of course, innit? I'm going to show my face, but like, I didn't know the mask itself done, like, what it done for K-Trap, you get what I'm trying to say? Like K-Trap, if you hear K-Trap, you think of the mask, but it's only me taking it off and seeing, like, everyone's response, and that showed me, like, yeah, the mask meant a lot.
Yeah, because when you pulled it off, I was like, did you get what I mean? And it's like, everyone was like saying, all right, that's K-Trap. And
Yeah.
like, even for me, bro, just even for my thing, people, like we see in the studio, bro, like, if I meet someone, I meet them, innit?
Yeah.
Just normal life. But everyone's like, but why don't you do this? And that becomes almost such a big thing where it creates an energy where you're just like, nah, that's just normal. It's just on the internet. And especially like you're saying, if you're, until music makes sense, sometimes people aren't trying to bait up the thing, man. But yeah, so like, did you have any reservations at all about taking it off? Or did you just know that music now has to work? Because now everyone knows who's who now.
Yeah, when I took it off, I just thought, like, it's a new chapter now, innit? Like, I can step into them rooms, I can have them conversations, the approach is different. Yeah, but there was pressure in it. I just felt like it has to work now. Like, I'm here in it. This is me. Everybody knows this is me. So everything's got to step up, and I actually got to make it work, because there's no going back.
If you didn't sign a deal, would you have taken off a mask?
Yeah, like, I know a lot of people will probably think me taking off the mask was something to do with the label. It was actually nothing to do with them. Like, I don't think they even once asked me if I to take it off or anything. Like, even when I decided to take it off, it was like out of the blue thing, like, yeah, fuck it, I'm ready. You get what I'm trying to say? There was no pressure, I'll put it that way, innit? So yeah, if I was independent, I most probably would have took it off.
What was originally the first feedback when you took it off though, from like, was it like even the fans or maybe?
It was like, it was mixed. Like, if I be real, yeah, like it was hard. It was hard to digest in it, but it's like everybody that really kind of meant something to me or stands for something or like makes sense. Like, you know, just normal people in it. Like it was all thumbs up in it, but obviously you'll get the trolls, and it's not just trolls because you'll get normal people too that most probably wanted the mask on. But I know, like, you know, certain people's opinions count more than another person in it. So like the people that I actually maybe might look up to, speak to day to day, or they're all happy with it in it. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? They understand why and they know where I want to get to. But obviously, like when I did take it off, I understood that it's mad. The game is like, it's not like yeah, it's like a game, bro. Like the fans that watch me and that, like they got a thrill of seeing a guy in a mask. It was scary to them. It was intimidating. It was gangster. It was greasy. So me taking it off,
You kill that character.
yeah, do you get what I'm trying to say? But obviously, I'm from a real place where it doesn't matter what you wear or what you got or whatever. If you're that person, you're that person, innit? So I'm not thinking me taking off this mask changes who I am. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But obviously, in the game that man's playing, yeah, like people believe that in it. So when I took it off, people like, yeah, I can't really listen to him. It's not really intimidating. I can't really believe him. Like, oh, like, you get what I'm trying to say? And obviously, I haven't got really like a intimidating, hard, tough face. Like, yeah, like, you get what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, everyone had different opinions in it, but yeah, just I feel like it made me stronger as a person. Like my skin grew tougher, like because, like I said in it, like there was mixed emotions. Like there was bad and good in it, but I'm still happy that I done it and I don't regret it. So that's the main thing.
And I think sometimes the people are saying those things, they're not from the streets or whatever.
Yeah.
They just like, they sit down with the popcorn. Oh, he's the bad boy.
Yeah.
He's the super gangster.
Yeah.
Let's just see these heroes.
Don't get it twisted though. I get it because it's like I was saying it the other day. Like it's like, bruv, like Hulk's a big green guy. Like if Hulk just shrunk and he wasn't green anymore, like you get me. It's like, oh man, can't really like. You get what I'm trying to say? So I definitely understand because even sometimes when I go back and listen to my old music with the belly on, it's like I feel it a bit more. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But that will brush over, innit? Like there's a bigger picture that's bigger than that. You get me?
How do you adjust with like being spotted now? Like just being like out and about. And I always wonder, like as an artist, coming from any place where, you know, you come from the concrete, to spot who's, oh, Wagwan chap was like, Wagwan, like, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
That energy, how do you deal with that?
To be fair, yeah, like even when I had the mask on, like people still clocked, like it's mad, like even my eyes, people knew, like, so even when I had the mask on, I used to bump into people, but just not as much in it. But it was still quite a few people. Obviously, when I took it off, it's different now. Like it's way more. Like I just had to adapt in it, but it was a lot. I can't lie. Like I think the first week I took off my mask and that, I don't think I went out for like a week, or if I did, I was just in and out. I remember like I went wireless. And I was backstage and there's bare people and that, and it was like, and I was walking, like a couple of people come up to me, whatever, like, and I just cut. I didn't even tell nobody. I just cut. Like it was weird. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah, it was just a bit mad, but man, I'm getting there, innit? Like, you just adapt to it.
What was weird about it? What, I mean, like
attention, innit? Like, I'm not really a attention person. I don't want to be. When I say I don't want to be the main man, not like I don't like. I don't like all the attention, and that's kind of socially awkward, man. Not awkward, but like, yeah, I'd rather be the guy in the back, man, calm, steady, innit? But obviously, I'm that guy, innit? So it's a bit overwhelming, but yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine, man, because I've seen it, like even someone who's never not shown their face, when they become famous or they get recognized, you have to deal with someone else's energy towards you, and like, oh, let me take a picture, like, and then someone else comes. It's just. Yeah. It's a weird energy exchange kind of thing, and you can't pick who's clocks you in that thing. Musically though, man, like I was saying to you about, like I feel like project-wise you've been consistent in putting out music. Do you feel you've been consistent enough though in your own estimation?
Yeah, like I definitely think I've been consistent with it, but how I work in the studio, I would most probably like, obviously, with this label situation, it's a bit slower than being independent, innit? So maybe if I was independent, the work rate might have been even more crazy. Or do you get what I'm trying to say? But the work rate's definitely not. It's not missing nothing. It's not. I'm not slacking. But the way I bang out music and the way I make music, I most probably would release a bit more. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Cause yeah, I do think that labels, it's just there's a system. It takes time. We need this amount of time. We need to put it into the system. We need to pitch it to here. Where before you just be like, once you feel it, excuse me, when you feel it, it's just out. It's done.
Yeah.
How have you adjusted to that part though?
It's been hard still, but you gotta get there, innit? Like, but yeah, it was challenging, man. You know what I'm trying to say? It's kind of like, yeah, like if you don't get your mind around it and that, like, it'll mess you up. If I'm a person, I'm active, man. Like, I'm hands on. Like, I get busy in it in a sense where I just always want to be active. If I think of something, I want to move now. If I make this song now, I want to shoot it tomorrow. Like, you get me? But obviously, when there's other people, you gotta put it past, and it just gets a bit long. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But that's their way, innit? Can't really knock them. That's the way they do stuff, innit? So it's like just adapting and just having a bit more patience. But what I will say, the label kind of showed me like execution. Like sometimes like man will just rush and want to just do something just for the thrill today or for this hour or for this minute. Like they kind of showed me like, let's plan, let's execute properly. You get what I'm trying to say? Like rollouts and that. So on the other hand, man did learn something. Yeah.
I was thinking about this also about that space of an artist going onto a label and then going in the system. And then I also look about when things do take long, like you're saying, how do you, when you said you got your head around it, who, is it your management, is it your A&R? How did you actually, what did you see as the benefits of taking a bit more time as opposed to the way you was doing it before?
To be fair, yeah, I was still a bit stubborn, innit? So, like, I will still find a way to kind of still do my thing, or like there might be a few other things that man needs to do that man will cut the corner. So it's like sometimes man wasn't reaping the full benefit. But I feel like right now, as we're speaking, like what I'm onto now, I'm actually taking step by step and it feels a bit more, I feel like I'm on top of things, like, do you get what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, but yeah, it was a bit, before it was a lot, man, like just waiting and all of that stuff, it was just too much. But now I feel like it's calm, man, just patience and yeah, just execute properly, innit?
So we're going to scale back on things, but project, hopefully we're getting a new one from you this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure,
Yeah, it's coming.
I ain't gonna have to drop this in 2021.
No, it's coming. It's there, it's ready still.
How long have you been working on this project for?
I've been working on this project for, I would say like a solid like 6 to 8 months though.
With the intention of actually making, or just when you just start, do you go in knowing that you're going to be making a mixtape, or you just banging out?
I go studio, I just work, but yeah, I got in project mode, like album mode. I got into it, innit? And it's like, yeah, I would say like 6 to 8 months. When I was going to studio, I was going studio making music for a project. You get what I'm trying to say? You get me?
Is that the longest period you worked on, like putting out a project?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And you completed yet? You done?
Yeah, right.
How do you know? How do you know when you're good?
That's what I'm saying. Like now I know I'm good, but yeah, before like I'll wrap up. I'll say it's wrapped. Go studio, make 3 new bangers. I want to add them. You get me? Next week do the same thing. And I got to the point. Even yesterday, like I had a chat with my manager and that, and it's like sometimes I make music and I just think about just now, but like it's all good to wrap up a project and go with that and then make other music for maybe next year or whenever. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But sometimes I'm like, I just want to get everything right now. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But it doesn't really work like that. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I mean, this ain't a critique of the label at all, but I felt after Big Mood, I felt like that was That song was huge.
Yeah.
Did you feel that you were about to go to the next stage, or do you feel like you maybe a little bit missed a bit of that window?
I feel like with Big Mood, yeah, I feel like it could have, the next stage was definitely there, but I feel like I only realised that after, but I don't regret it in a sense where when Big Mood came out, I was happy. I was just happy, bro, to just have a banger. It's different. Like, different people are listening to it. Like, it's going off in clubs. Like, I'm on holiday, it's going off. That was success for me, bro. Obviously, there's charts, there's other stuff, you get what I'm trying to say, that make a lot of sense, but that made me happy, innit? So, as much as, like, man could have maybe executed it a bit different, could have got a higher chart in place or done this or got that. What it done for me, I'm happy with, you get what I'm trying to say, but there's always other pushes or there's always other things that I could have done, but I don't really dwell still. I'm happy with it still.
If I was to ask you just a random one, like your own top 5 bangers
Yeah.
that you made, what would they be then?
Top 5 bangers. Big Move's definitely one, obviously. David Blaine. How? Like, certain people don't even know how, but how serious still. I've got bare songs that I ain't dropped yet that are my favourites too still, so I'll just leave it with 3 because...
You don't think Shivers is in there?
Yeah, Shivers, yeah. Bro, you know... Yeah, man, like...
Shivers is new, but it just feels like that one's gonna last, bro.
Yeah, Shivers was cold still. But if I think like that, I'll just say bare songs, bro, because I get that feeling with a lot of my songs, innit? So to narrow it down, I'm not too sure, but there's a lot of songs that ain't released yet that I'm gonna release. That's definitely my favourites already before anyone's opinion comes or anything.
With the collabs on the new projects, is that you going with your own relationships, or is that like management, label, or is it a bit of both?
Own relationships, so.
Is it easier that way for you?
Yeah, definitely.
Would you look at like just hypothetically, let's say a pop single came out, they said they want K-Trap on it, like, do you make that career decision to be on when I say pop, I don't mean like gimmicky, but like, sorry, that's not within our cultural space. Like, are you open to doing those type of records?
Obviously, if I rock with it personally, and I'll do it, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I actually enjoy music. I'm actually an artist, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm not, obviously, man came up doing drill and that, but I'm not just a young G that was out on the block and just made a drill song and then now I'm doing rap. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I've always liked music. I've put out different, before even my first song, before people knew about K-Trap, I most probably had a song before that wasn't drill or that was a different song. So it's like, nothing's really a challenge for me. Like, I'm open. As long as I rock with it, like, I don't see the problem still.
From all your 3 mixtapes, which one do you feel represents you the most?
The Last Whip, because that was my first one. That's just straight. That's the rawest. Like, when I was making The Last Whip, I didn't even know a single label name. I didn't even know Office. I didn't even know what charts. I don't think I've ever seen the charts or any of this stuff. Like, so when I was making that music, it's just straight. You get me? Like, what I done yesterday, what I done last week. You get what I'm trying to say? It's just straight off the dome, raw. So I'd say that described me the most, yeah.
Do you know, it's mad. Me hearing that, yeah, it sounds crazy to think that that's a reality, that some man them are making music and don't fully have the information as how far that music can go.
Yeah, definitely.
When did you start getting like a bit more hip to how it works, like the music industry? Or
do you know what it is, yeah? Obviously, when I made The Last Whip, after that, that's when I got management. Started seeing how things worked a bit. But even before that, Carnes Hill, like, producer, and he was producing some of my stuff, but he always used to, like, phone me and be like, bro, like, this song's cold, or even when I dropped The Last Whip, he's like, bro, like, this is gonna do numbers, or like, this is that, or you should sign up for this, or put this out on this, you get what I'm trying to say? So he was kind of showing me how things were working from early. You get what I'm trying to say? But yeah, after I dropped the last whip, I got a management team. I started figuring out things how it really worked. But still, I'll be real, bro. Like I didn't really care about anything other than just going studio and making the music, bro. I wasn't really trying to learn about this or that. I'll go studio, I'll make the music, show me how to put it out. That's it, do you get what I'm trying to say? It's only when I dropped my second project, things kind of changed.
What specifically changed then? Why did it change for you?
Obviously, when I dropped my first one, like even just seeing some money from music was just like cool. It wasn't no crazy amount, but it's like whoa, like man can get paid off for this thing. That's number one. Two, like even when I dropped my first one, like I started to know about the charts a bit. Even though I don't really care about it in that sense, but it was a challenge to me. Like I'm thinking, raw charts, that's hard. Like I want a charting song or a chart. You get what I'm trying to say? And then yeah, I just started learning a bit more. Then when I dropped my second project, it's like I was in more conversations with industry people. Like I said, I had a management team. Do you get me? I was learning about it a bit more. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And obviously, when I did drop the re-up, that was the second project. That's when I was getting contacted by labels and having meetings and all of that stuff. I started meeting I found out what PRS is and all that stuff. So my mind state kind of changed. You get what I'm trying to say?
Did you ever start looking at it a bit as like now music can be a hustle as well, an extra hustle, or was it just music just a thing you love and whatever it comes with it comes with it?
It was like I was more happy to know that like I've actually just got some legitimate money that comes into my bank. Like I'm like, oh, like that's it. You get what I'm trying to say? Like I can go use my card and I got money. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah, do you get what I'm trying to say? So I wasn't thinking like this is a hustle. Like I need I would more want to hit the roads than think I'm gonna make this song to make music to make money. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah, so I didn't see it as a hustle, but it was the good side of me, if you know what I mean. Like in a weird way, it's like it leveled up the bad. Like there's the badness, and then the music's good. Like you get what I'm trying to say. Like so yeah, that's how I kind of saw it still.
When you did sign with Black Bar, like first of all, how was it for you coming from the roads, like meeting just like industry people and labels and that? I mean, were you in the meetings or was it just your management or?
No, I was in the meetings still.
So how did you find that though? Like in terms of when they're sitting down, they're talking and this and that. Like not just Black Bar, if there was other labels. Like how did you find that whole experience?
Calm, man. Like it's not as punctual and all tidied up as everyone makes it seem. You get what I'm trying to say? It's normal conversations with normal people just like myself. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it wasn't no pressure or anything, but it was a different feeling to show that there's some interest. Like I'm actually the topic of discussion and they want man. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That was different. I haven't really, do you get what I'm trying to say? But yeah, it wasn't weird. I didn't feel out of place. You get what I'm trying to say? So yeah, it was cool.
We spoke a bit about the youngers coming in the game, and for you, like I won't say do you feel like you play a role, like, but what kind of mistakes do you think they need to kind of like avoid earlier, like in terms of like when they get in their deals or just like things they should be aware of, like when they're fully in this music industry?
So what would you say, like with them signing a deal or just actually just getting in the music?
Well, I think once artists sign a deal and they see the money, then it's real.
Yeah.
Like when it's money that looks like, oh.
Yeah.
I think other than that, a lot of them think it's like, let's plays. I might well just do this, but I can make more over there.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm just saying, like, for you, like, is there anything that you want to share with them, like, they should just, like, be more mindful of?
I would say, like, with signing a deal and stuff, like, it's kind of like a gift and a curse. Like, obviously, in the times now, speaking of now, like, you could be you could be a bus driver today and the hottest artist tomorrow, innit? So it's like, or you can be starving today and within a week you can have a nice advance in it. So I just feel like that transition is like a gift and a curse. So it's like I feel like like, I feel like as new artists, like, coming in the game and that, especially if you're hot, take your time, definitely, yeah. And, like, just don't forget yourself and don't forget how it was before you got into this meeting or before you saw that advance go into your bank account, innit? Because obviously, like, even coming from us, I wouldn't even say come from myself, but like, if someone wants to come and sign today, like, that figure that's in your account might seem a lot, something that you haven't had, but it can go like this, you get what I'm trying to say? And then when it does go, you're fucked, innit? Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and you're stuck, you're in a deal, and most people, like, when you start spending and all of that, like, you create this lifestyle for yourself, and it doesn't last, innit? And then you're really in trouble. So I'll just say, like, take your time and that, like, appreciate what you got going on, and yeah, like, don't forget where you come from, innit?
Did you find, I mean, I don't think money's necessarily new to you per se, but did you ever find yourself getting a bit, like, I won't say lost in the sauce, but like, that money comes in, it's like saying it's just the advance, but you haven't had to sell anything yet for the label, so how are you with the money for yourself?
To be fair, yeah, like, the money, these advances, there's nothing man hasn't seen before, innit? But it's like, how it just, 1 minute, you might check your account and it's that, and it just drops in, and it's legitimate money. You can go to the bank, take it out. You can, like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, how easy it comes after you just sign or whatever. It's like, sometimes that can make you forget how hard things can be, or how it could, you get what I'm trying to say? So yeah, like, even me myself, like, I wouldn't say I'm the best at money management, innit? But like, I'm a hustler, innit? Like, I'm always gonna make it happen regardless, innit? I can go flat tomorrow and get back on my feet. But it's like, yeah, I just feel like how the money comes, like, if you're not strong-minded in that, and you don't, especially if you ain't got a plan, bro, you're gonna blow it, man. Like, you're gonna blow it, even if you're not a person that doesn't really like spending like that. It's just how easy you feel like it comes, you'll blow it. And it's mad because when you sign, you get that advance and think, oh, it's just come, look how easy it is. But whilst you're spending, bro, when it gets to making that album or whatever you signed for, and it's dragging out, and you're doing this, and you're doing long studio sessions, and you're doing this, and this song's not hitting, and you're doing all of that stuff, bro, you don't want to be doing that when you spent all your money, bro, because it's depressing. So just remember that. Like.
You, that's probably the wrong word to use, but I know you said about like you move fast, yeah. Do you get anxious at all about the time certain things are taking? Like, is it like, because I'm thinking, like, why are you so quick? Like, the lack of patience, is it, not saying you're going to lose your position, but why do you feel you need to have music out at a frequent rate?
Do you know what it is? The early stages, I just used to make music, like it, push it. I didn't feel like, oh, I need to feed the streets, or they're waiting for me. I just like the music, I'll shoot the video, I'll push it out. But because I built that for myself and people were used to that, when the circumstances have changed and I'm not pushing out the music as maybe fast or as quick as I used to, there's that pressure, like, people are thinking, what's going on, you get what I'm trying to say? So that's what it was for me. Like, it's not a thing where, like, I always need to just throw it out, but that's how I started, isn't it? So it's like, that's what people know me for. So when it starts slowing down, people automatically think there's a problem, you get what I'm trying to say? So that's what I'm just anxious about. Like, I wanna just please my supporters, innit, and keep them happy and keep me relevant and keep going, you get what I'm trying to say?
What's tour life like? What was it like doing it was last year, innit? No, it was last year. Was that your first tour?
Basically, second tour. The first tour, like, it got messed up. Like, the police cancelled. It was a short tour. It was only like 4 dates, but yeah, the police cancelled like two of the dates. So it was basically like I just done 2 shows. But the last tour, yeah, like, it was sick. Like, it was good, man. It was proper good. Like, those are the stuff, like, that make man start looking at life a bit different and appreciating the position man's in, and that. And it's just it's a nice feeling, man. I can't lie.
What city went off the most?
What city? Most probably Brum, or Birmingham, or Manchester. But I done a show in Amsterdam that went mad, and I was shocked. Like, yeah, that was crazy.
So you did the UK, and then you also did like a little European one as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
That's mad. Do you know your music's traveling that far? I mean, I know it's Amsterdam, but still it's another country, another language to an extent.
No, but I'm grateful. I'm happy. Like, even though Birmingham's not too far, Manchester's a bit far. Like, even man's music traveling to there, it's still kind of big for man. Like swear down, man can sell out somewhere that's not where man's from. You get what I'm trying to say? It's still sick.
So this is perfect. What do you want out of music though? 'Cause I know you love making music, but like, what do you want from music?
Music. I feel like, especially this year, what I want out of music's definitely changed. Long and the short, bro, obviously I want to be successful, not just financially, like, big in music, like, and I just want to, like, leave a legacy, like, and actually stand for something. That's if I continue doing music for years on years, or I stop tomorrow. I just want to know that when you mention my name, like, that's a respected artist that stands for something, that done this, that done that. Yeah, like, I just want to make sure I leave with a bang and just build a proper legacy, man, like, with music.
I mean, what I was gonna say that I wanted to touch on, because I said I was in the studio with your cousin, man. How difficult was that for you, like with Biz?
Like, I'll be real, like, it's bigger than this interview, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's the long and the short. Like, I can't even go into it still. I can't even really talk. There's nothing. Like, it's bigger than this still. But I'm sure everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Everyone, it's crazy, man.
And then when I look at your story, bro, you like to travel, you know?
Yeah.
Did you get me? So
Definitely.
it seems like as soon as they can let people on the plane,
Yeah.
you're gone, man.
Yeah, holidays, that's my thing, man.
For real?
Yeah, man.
What was it about holidays that you enjoy so much?
Stress-free, bro. When I'm on holidays, I sleep better. I don't think of nothing. And yeah, that's the main thing, to be honest. Still, it just takes my mind away from everything.
You got like when you were independent, you had it on your own kind of like your own label, your own imprint, right? In the future, are we gonna be seeing you trying to bring your own artists through on that, or how do you see?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I've got people behind the scenes that I'll just help, just on a bro thing, like, out of love. You get what I'm trying to say? But yeah, definitely when I feel like I'm in a better position, or when I'm not as hands-on as I am, or I'm just a bit more on that. When I'm more pattern, yeah, you'll see more artists come up, but I don't really want to jump into something, and I don't want to mess up no one's career. I don't want to lead no one astray. I don't want to take somebody on and not give them the best that I can give them. And at the same time, I want to be the best I can be, and I don't feel like I'm that yet. So why would I take on somebody else to try and develop them when I'm developing myself? But that's definitely something that will come when the time's right, innit?
One thing that I was also thinking is like when coming from the kind of environment you came from, how does the family respond like when you actually like, because this is in effect kind of like your first job, innit? Like being an artist, like, so how does the people around you, like the family, react to like, oh shoot, you're signing to a major, or how's that for them?
Like, even when I signed, like, my family didn't really know. Like, I told my mum and that, but they didn't really get it, because they're not seeing the advances dropping in the bank. They're not coming into the label meeting. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's just like, oh yeah, I got signed. Obviously it's big, but they're not really seeing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So they're happy for me. Like, you get me? Like, it's positive, innit? It's anything I'm doing that's positive, and I'm not doing the negative. It's always going to be a good thing. But it's like, I feel like at first they were happy for me, but they just didn't really know. There wasn't much excitement, because what, do you get me? But when, like, I'm doing shoots and that, I'm doing like headline shows, I'm inviting my mum and that there. You get me? My mum might phone me, mum, I'm gonna phone you back up in the meeting. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's like, you get me? Like, my mum's proud of me, you get what I'm trying to say? She don't worry, she knows that her son's doing something positive.
And also your billboard, innit? Your billboard.
Yeah, like, you get what I'm trying to say? Those are the stuff now, it's getting a bit more exciting, and you get me? She might have people at work or that know who I am and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a good thing still.
After the project drops, if it comes out this year, you're gonna have to wait till next year to probably tour.
Yeah.
But in that period, are you gonna still trying to like be releasing music? Because I feel like we don't know how long this whole thing's gonna last for. But is there ever a worry of like dropping a project this side of the year, and by the time it gets to next year?
Nah, I'm confident. I'm so confident that, bro, on my project, bro, I've got bangers that COVID can fuck about for a couple more months, bro, or whenever it wants to. But when it's time to do shows, these bangers are still gonna slap like I made them yesterday. So I'm not really too bothered still. Obviously, I'd love to tour and do whatever as soon as possible, but it is what it is, innit? But no, I'm not. I don't. No, it's not getting washed away. Like, there's gonna be bangers, bro, and they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait.
Nah, I like the confidence, man. Because I know, like, I can't think of. I listen to a lot of music. I can't think of any of the songs that didn't really slap. Do you get me? Obviously, we got Big Mood slap to a certain, but I think you're always consistent.
Yeah.
Do you get me? How do you critique yourself then? How do you know if you made a good song or not? Like, is it management, A&R? Is it just how you feel about it? Is it your brethren's?
Yeah, just how I feel about it, to be honest, still. And sometimes, yeah, like the fans, how they feel. Like, I've never felt like I've made a wrong song, but I feel like sometimes there might be times when maybe I should have chilled or dropped this instead or done that.
Give me an example if you want to speak on any. Is there any that you thought like maybe the timing maybe wasn't right?
No, I can't. I don't know. Like off the top of my head, not really. But I just feel like I don't feel like I've ever made a bad song in it. Like, and that's not me being big-headed. That's just how I feel. People might feel different in it, but I just feel like maybe sometimes, maybe when I drop the song or how I market things or how I push stuff, might not be the best of my ability sometimes.
Like how you use social media.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's a bit different. But one thing that's also good is that you're putting all the music videos on your channel now.
Yeah.
Was that ever a worry though, like people getting off, like coming off from GRM to now?
Yeah, definitely. It's not worried, but it's just something I had to do. But it's not like I'll still drop on GRM and that, but it's just I have to build my stuff too. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I've got 2 songs, 2 videos on my channel. So there's the stamps there, innit? You get what I'm trying to say? I could drop on GRM, I could do whatever, but at least I know that my thing's still building too, innit? And as an artist that's been in the game for a little while now, like other artists that's on man's level or bigger than me, or even as artists that's not as big as me, that's took the stepping stone. So you get what I'm trying to say? I think it needs to be done still.
How did you feel when you got the top 20 with the Air Force remix?
Air Force remix. Calm still. Did
you understand it though? Even though it was a remix feature, but did you understand the
Nah,
significance of it?
them times there I still didn't care about the charts as much. Still, I was more, yeah, like I'm also really more happy for Dig That. You get me? Like, yeah, you get me? But I was just happy about the song and that. I fucked with the song. It done good, but yeah.
It's mad still.
Yeah.
Do you have a favourite verse of yours, like on a feature that you've done?
I've got a couple, but some of them ain't videos and that, so not everyone might not know. But one that's a video, I would say I Spy, like my verse on I Spy, I've kept on calling on a heady. So, yeah, the Air Force thing. Yeah, man, like the thing with Bane. I feel like, yeah, my feature, any of my feature tunes, yeah, I fuck with the verses fully still.
What's the hardest thing that you've now dealt with, like being in the music industry? What's
the hardest thing?
Yeah.
Just understanding that it's a fake game man's playing, and like man's coming from a real place and it's just not gonna be real. And sometimes, like, to bite man's tongue, to not say certain stuff because I might come across salty or like I'm in my feelings, like just to have that, sometimes to zip it sometimes, like, and yeah, I feel like that's the hardest thing.
But the funny thing, I've never, like, all the time I followed you, I've never seen an outburst, bro. Or I've never, like, you're not, like, you don't really do much, you don't do too many posts or too many stories.
Yeah, I can't, I wouldn't want to, because it's like, I'm not, like, for instance, like, if I'm upset with something, like, online, it's just, that's not my field, bro. That's not my home. That's not my place. How I deal with stuff is different. how I react is different. So it's like, there's a lot of stuff I might feel, but it's like, obviously I'll voice certain opinions that's not really disrespecting anybody or hurting nobody's feelings. But I feel like anytime it gets touchy, I'll just rather keep it to myself, because I could say something that's not even crazy. Like, the game's so touchy and weird, it's like, I could do a tweet tomorrow and say something about artists, but not even rude, just something a bit, it's not a compliment, it's not a thingy, and that artist might think, rah, my man's got a problem with me, or it's just, the game's just mad weird and girly and touchy, bro, so I just leave it to everyone to do what they do, and I'll just keep my opinions to myself and that, and understand that this game that man's playing is not a real game, it's a fake game, so I'll just do me in it and bite my tongue and just, obviously I'm not gonna bite my tongue if I actually feel like I've been, you get what I'm trying to say, but I just wouldn't go to the internet to do, I can't really take the internet stuff, the back and forth, and I don't want to put out my opinion and then have a debate with 100 trolls. I still can't really deal with that, you get what I'm trying to say, so I think it's best to just keep quiet. And another thing, because I've never done it and I don't do it, a lot of people know not to involve me in stupidness or call my name out in anything, or once I start scooping out to anybody's level or I'm known for certain stuff, people, that's when it brings silliness, so I'll just, less is more and I'll just keep it to myself.
I've never, me personally, ever seen or heard your name in any pass at all, man. It's like, it's not a topic of conversation to be had.
You know, it is, bro. Any passer that's serious, it's not going to be online. And any passer that's online, it's not serious. So that's it, innit? Just less is more, innit?
When you talk about, like, okay, I can see you got your nice, I don't know about jewelry. What's that? Is that a cube? What's that?
Yeah, Cuban.
Cuban.
Yeah.
Is this part? Is this sort of things that you like? Or is it just part of like being a rapper? Like,
It's things that I like. Being a rapper has made me like it more. But yeah, like, things that I like, innit? I would have this stuff if I wasn't a rapper. I might not have been as loud, but I would be into jewelry and stuff like that.
yeah. But obviously, bro, I just keep seeing it like sparkling, bro. I'm just like,
It's hitting, man. It's hitting.
Do you design it yourself?
Yeah, I design it myself still.
For someone like I'm from a modest financial situation, bro. Like, the cost of these things, man, doesn't it ever make you feel like, ah?
Of course. I'll be real, like, the thing that always numbs the pain is when it's like, I'm a rapper, man. Fuck it, I'm a rapper. Like, it's a part of the thing, you get what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like if I wasn't rapping, I would still have jewels and that, but there might be certain stuff I won't go as ham, do you get what I'm trying to say? But because I'm a rapper, you know, it sells, innit? People like this stuff, so fuck it, innit? Let me do it.
Alright, so.
But anything I'm going to do it properly anyway, so you get what I'm trying to say? And I always want to be better, or I always want to be different, so if that means I've got to pay a bit more, I've got to go the extra mile, I'm going to do it, innit?
And this is something for me from, what's like your relationship with Blade? Because like you guys, like I always see you guys together. You supported his the opening, but I personally, I've never asked anyone. Like, but is that you like just brethrens?
Yeah, that's bro, man. Like, Blade's bro. Like, we go back in it. Like, you get me? Like, Blade. Like, it's so mad because like Blade's my older brother's friend, innit? So that's how me and Blade came close. But yeah, I'll give Blade his props, man. That's big bro. Like, not because he's Blade Brown and because he's a rapper. Like, he actually, I can call him big bro. He's a big homie. Like, he patterns up. He always stares man in the right way. He shows man the right things to do. You get what I'm trying to say? He looks out for man, and I appreciate that. That's why you'll see me around him. Because people get confused, I think, sometimes, man. I think that people think that, like, oh, because he's a rapper or because he's Blade Brown, man's around, man, or I care that people, it's gone past people seeing us together or man's together because it looks good. Like, you get me? That's bro, innit? Like, yeah, so, yeah.
What was the spot like?
Say that again?
Was it in
Ibiza.
Ibiza, yeah, what's it?
It was good, man. It was proper, like, inspiring. You get what I'm trying to say? Sick, like, you get me? And that's all I'm on. Like, I don't want to be around. I want to be around people that's gonna motivate me. You get what I'm trying to say? Push me. People I can see and think, raw, yeah, I want to do that. You get what I'm trying to say?
Alright, so I'm gonna just try and find out. Are we roughly looking at October time for your thing, November time? You know December's a mad thing, innit? Once you get into that whole Bieber and all
Bro, date-wise, it's miffy, but I tell you, it's coming. This year, it's coming. You're gonna see it. You're gonna hear it. It's there. But date-wise, I can't really disclose, man. Yeah. Do you know what it is, bro? Yeah, I'll be real. Like, I don't know what everyone thinks it is now, but it's like, cool, man, makes music. You listen to my music. You hear it. You might think this of me or think whatever, but this is man's music's man's life, innit? It's situations, whatever. But just because a man will make a drill song talking about drills or talking about something negative or violent or something, doesn't mean I'm gonna see a normal guy that's done nothing to me and flipping hurt him. Or you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and people, I feel like that's how people's mind is. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, when I meet people, they're like, bro, I didn't expect you to be like this. Bro, I didn't expect you to come by yourself. Bro, I didn't expect that. Obviously, I understand, but it's like, you can't keep judging. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and when I feel like when I rap too, yeah, I don't come across like I'm a bad man, like I'm this, like bro, like I just tell you my life story, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I tell you the goods and the bad, you get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, there's nothing, like, bro, I can be that person that I was rapping about, but I can also open the door and say please and thank you and get to a video shoot on time or go to a meeting and speak properly, you get what I'm trying to say? Or still phone my mum and tell my mum I love her every night. It's not, it doesn't make you less gangster. It doesn't take anything away from your character, but I just feel like people listen to the music and they just, yeah, it's like a movie, bruv. They're just in, but I feel like that's why it spoils it, because there's a lot of people that might not be, yeah, but because how they act, they might come to this interview 20 man up, they might have attitude, they might trousers sagging, or they might talk mad, and then deep down, bro, they're nobody in it. Like, they're not like that. But people are more likely to believe that person or think, yeah, that person's that guy because of how he's acting. But like, that's not what it really is. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So a lot of people just fooling the kids and fooling people. I'm not here to fool nobody. Obviously, I'm going to tell you my story. I'm going to say what it is. You get me? But that doesn't mean that I'm going to act a certain way when I'm off camera, or do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm me, do you get what I'm trying to say? So, yeah.
Like, do you feel like your name's been mentioned enough in the drill scene because you came in on that? Like, how do you feel about it?
I feel like now people do a lot of, I call it silly still, like sometimes who people, what's it called, who people try to match me to or try to compare me to, it doesn't really make sense. And I feel like, yeah, when they speak about drill now, I'm not really at the forefront, or because, like, I don't know, man. I think times change, innit? What one thing I would say is like legends are legends, or big homies are big homies, or the founder of things, they're the founders, innit? Like, man was one of the originals that was doing drill. I do drill. It's light. I've perfected drill. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But I'm an artist, innit? Like, I like doing all different music. Before I made a drill track, I had other songs. Like, I like to just make different music. But at that time when I came in the game, that's what I was doing, drill music, innit? But cool, there can be new drill artists, there can be new talent or whatnot. What, like, yeah, just keep me out there. I'm a different bracket, bro. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? But I don't want to do drill continuously. But I just feel like too, when I started doing drill was actually, it was real life, bro. Like, in the sense of, it wasn't fun. It was like, if I'm being real, it was like, man, just getting that street shit off man's chest. Like, man will have issues on the streets, or like, do you get what I'm trying to say? It was mad raw, do you get what I'm trying to say? And I feel like when I started doing drill, if no one couldn't believe you, we don't want to hear you. You get what I'm trying to say? That's why only a few people stood out in drill. You get what I'm trying to say? And I was one of them. You get what I'm trying to say? But I feel like now it's more happy, it's more people want to dance. It's just different. So I don't expect people to put me at the top or put me in that bracket. I don't want to be in that bracket. I don't do that dance and I don't shake my legs and do all of that stuff. Or you get me? When I was doing drill, it was different. So, but I just want people to understand that if you're talking about real drill or you're talking about before you lot was dancing and that, man was there, bro. All of these people listen to man. They used to listen to man. Facts. This ain't me being big-headed. This is the truth. And I'm a truthful person. Like, I would say who I listen to or who inspired me or who I fuck with. Even if I don't fuck with a person, I would even say like, yeah, that tune was hard or they done this for that. And majority of these drill rappers, they were listening to man. They come off a man. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, just as long as you pay homage, I'm calm, bro. But I don't want no drill title still because I'm bigger than drill. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I do all different type of stuff, but I was there from the beginning, bro. You get what I'm trying to say?
And then, as you said, that part about like coming for the streets. I won't say it's lost the street edge, but a lot of rappers will say that. I'm not saying for you to speak on it, but a lot of rappers will say that a lot of these artists aren't who they seem to be. So does that make it harder for you to listen to some songs? You'd be like, but I heard about man. He's not that.
Yeah, like obviously loads of these people ain't living the life that they're living. But I've got to the point now where I've pre this, so I've looked past that now. Like, if the song's hard, the song's hard. I don't care because I'm not linking you on the streets. I don't need to know if you really bust your gun or you really stab people. I don't care. That's not exciting for me. That's not good. You get what I'm trying to say? And you're not my guy, so I don't need to worry about all of that. So I just listen to the music. If it's hard, you get what I'm trying to say? But what I'm saying is, when man was making music, it was different. I personally feel like you had to do drills to make a drill song. You had to be, you get what I'm trying to say?
So
like,
you have to be active, innit?
Yeah. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but it was just different. You get what I'm trying to say? But now, anyone can just come and do drill, innit? So I don't mind. Keep me out of that bracket. I don't mind. But if you're actually going to talk about drill as a whole, make sure you remember man's name and remember what I done and what I do for drill, innit? You get what I'm trying to say? Because remember, I choose to make different other songs. You get me? Get me your hardest drill artist that you think's hard and put them on a track with me where I'm going to do drill and then we'll see, innit? You get what I'm trying to say? But yeah, man, like, things changing, they're not always going to be the same. Like, so yeah, the drill scene now, I'm happy for everyone that's doing whatever they're doing, innit? But yeah.
How does your drill sound or subject matter change now? Is it more reflective? Because obviously you're in a bit of a different space, so like, how do you see it then, like, doing drill today as opposed to like 3-4 years ago?
Like, I feel like 3-4 years ago was a bit way more direct and raw and like just no filter at all, innit? But now it's like, I'm not like these rappers, bro. Like, I'm not gonna jump on, this is why I wouldn't even do bare drill, because that's just not my character anymore. Like, I'm grown, I've leveled up, I do other stuff. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, I can still talk, I'm still qualified to talk drill because that's man's past, you get me? But it's like, it's not, that's why sometimes I don't really do it, because it's not as energetic, or I don't feel it as much as I used to feel it, you get me? So now when you would hear drill on the album, it still get you fired up because the details or stuff that I'm saying, you're only gonna know if you know, do you get what I'm trying to say? So it still get you fired up in that, but it's like, I can't do too much of it because it's just not my reality anymore, innit? And I'm not gonna act like it is, innit? You get what I'm trying to say? It doesn't mean that I fell off, or it doesn't mean that K-Trap, you can just disrespect him, of course not, you get me? But that's just not my reality, bro, you get me? So I'd rather talk about money, maybe jewels, girls, stuff that's, you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I don't think people, I don't think they want you to get back on the whole like 2017, 2018.
But they do. This is the and this is what another thing, like, I'll touch on, like, and I remember you asked me earlier about like any advice for the youth or whatever when they're starting the music. Like, bro, like, see what the fans want you to do, or your supporters or whatever. You can take it in, but don't take it in too much, because it's like, same way you're saying you don't think they would most probably want me to, but bro, if they started seeing 3-4 news articles of some craziness and I just started doing mad drill, there would be gas, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But that's no level up. That's like where I'm from or my surroundings. That's not respected. Like, how can I go from making drill 4 years ago and then I'm doing drill now? That's not a level up. What is that? You get what I'm trying to say? Like, that's a myth. You get what I'm trying to say? And the truth is, bro, like, take the fans with a pinch of salt, because drill all sounds fun until real badness actually happens, bro. And when real badness actually happens, they don't want nothing to do with you. We've seen it, bro. You get me? Like, they'll push a drill artist all day long. Let him go to jail for murder. He's the worst person in the world. But that's, you lot, like, you get what I'm trying to say? So if you're a drill artist, whatever, you're young, coming up, do your thing, whatever. But don't get into that brainwash where you have to do stuff to impress the fans or whatever, because the real badness, the fans don't want that. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I wouldn't even want to go into names, but there's loads of artists that's really done whatever they've done, or they've been put in situations and they've been rubbed out, bro. There's artists that's took L's and everyone's saying they're wet because they took an L, and then they've turned it to a W but in a nasty way, and now they're the worst person in the world. Like, so you can't really. That's why I stopped going as ham as I used to go with drill and all this stuff, because it's like they'll keep pushing you.
So it's being destructive then.
Yeah, bro. You get me? You gotta find a balance. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, change over. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's just, we could speak about this all day, but it's just, yeah, man. Like, find a balance in it. And a lot of these artists now, yeah, that are doing drill, they actually got beef. So like, they're dropping a song. It's annoying the other side. They're annoyed. They want to do something to drop another song. Like, bro, how can a guy that sits in his house, that lives with his mum and dad, and he don't know nothing about a life, how can he fire a man up to want to make a song or to want to go out and do something to somebody else, to put it on a song to get a view? Like, when, bro, man can potentially end up doing life or lose a man's life, bro. It don't make sense. You get what I'm trying to say? So do drill, do whatever you're gonna do, but don't make it determine on what the fans, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Because I feel like there's a lot of drill artists that are talented, but they wouldn't cross over because they think it's sneaky, or they think they might not rate me. But bro, you'll learn the hard way, innit?